watching nasty things on the internet and on TV. That's a form of addiction, and people can't break from it. Sometimes it's worse than smoking. This father one day decided to give up smoking. In one day, he gave up smoking. He didn't reduce the number of cigarettes he would smoke every day. He just gave up. He decided. He said, enough is enough. I'm not going to have this anymore. And he gave up smoking from 80 cigarettes a day to 0. So it's a matter of decision. It's a matter of commitment. And more. And he gave up smoking from 80 cigarettes a day to 0. So it's a matter of decision. It's a matter of commitment. And you can get all of this once you connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I know the father. He is 73 years old now. 73 years old. Now he gave up smoking at the age of 68. At the age of 68. Now, among the learned people that I know in my life, and I know a lot, he's one of the most outstanding. At the age of 68, his life took a new direction. He read Tafsir Ibn Kathir more than 15 times. He read the Tafsir of Ibn Jarir al-Tabari, which is more than 20 volumes, more than 10 times. He read the history of Ibn Jarir al-Tabari so many times. He read the Silsila Sahiha by Shaykh al-Albani, Silsila Da'ifa, more than 30 volumes altogether. He read all of that. And when you sit with him, he talks to you about knowledge, deep knowledge. And sometimes you talk to some of our youth and they say, you know, seeking knowledge is hard. It's difficult. What about this man? How much memory has he got left at the age of 68? That now he's one of the strong students of knowledge in his own country. And when you sit with him, mashallah, you always learn something. Especially he has wisdom and experience in life. These are two examples of two people that I dealt with personally. Each one of them took a different route. The theme here is change. Life is all about change. And as they say, change is a constant. Change is a constant. Because if you don't change by choice, Shaitan will change you by force. It's a matter of decision. You either decide to change favorably and take control of your life, which is your mission in this world, which is the reason you are created, which is the reason Allah put everything at your service. Because you are the decision maker in this world. The sun doesn't decide its course. The moon doesn't. Rain doesn't. The whole world doesn't. Vegetation doesn't. Plants, animals, they don't decide anything about their lives. They're just programmed to behave in a certain way and follow a certain course. You're the only one given choice. The angels don't decide. They just follow the instructions. You, human beings and the jinn, are the only ones who are given choice. And these are the only two sources where corruption comes about. Because they make the wrong decisions. So one of the biggest gifts Allah has given us, Allah has given each one of us, is choice, the ability to decide. The ability to choose which route you take. The ability to choose what action to do, what steps to make. The ability to relate to things, how to understand the world around you, how to understand yourself, how to understand people around you, how to understand events that take place. All of this is a matter of decision. You're making decisions at every single moment of your life. But most of us have given up this gift, and we let the society choose for us. We let our culture choose for us. We let sometimes our friends and peers choose for us. We let our teachers choose for us. We let our parents choose for us. We let the TV choose for us. We let our politicians choose for us. But on the day of judgment, you will deal with the consequences of all those choices. Whether you made them or let someone else take them for you. You will face the consequences on the day of judgment. You will stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Alone. In some narrations the Prophet ﷺ said, even a mother on the day of judgment will come to her son and she would say, "Oh my son, I held you in my womb 9 months. I looked after you. I breastfed you. And I stayed up all night just to look after you. I wasted my life and my years just for you to grow up and become independent. And you became independent and successful. Now all what I want from you," that's on the day of judgment. My son, she tries to draw his heart nearer by mentioning everything she did for him. Then she says, "Oh my son, in exchange of all of this, all what I'm asking for is one hasanah. One good deed, one reward. Just give me one reward from your records so I can be saved from the hellfire. I just can secure a position or a place in paradise. That's all what I'm asking of you." You know what? That son, with all his respect and love for his mother, he says, "Mom, with all respect," I'm paraphrasing by the way, "the hasanah you're asking for, I'm more in need of it than anyone else. Some other time, Mom. Some other time." On that day you will stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, and you will be asked about every single decision. The woman passing down the street that you looked at and you kept staring at will be brought to you live. You could see it. The moment you were alone and did something wrong, the moment you took some haram money that doesn't belong to you, the moment you dealt with riba, the moment you were backbiting someone or slandering someone, that moment, just before that moment, you had the ability to make a decision, either to engage in a sin or give it up and leave it. But you made the wrong decision, and it will come to you that moment. It will be placed and it will be manifested in front of your eyes when you're standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He will ask you about it. The moment the adhan was called, you know